What's up, y'all? We got the greatest TNA show. Mine wasn't going on. The greatest post show in the world here in the den. Of course, we do have Under Siege predictions coming up next.
They say if there's true love, you don't let it go.
TNA Wrestling.
Because those chants are going to ring in arenas around the world forever. Because TNA Wrestling, we're
That is right. TNA, we are back. Santana, how you feel tonight?
I feel all right. I mean, it's the night before Under Siege. There were a lot of things or matches that happened tonight, kind of gear us up for it, and
Yeah.
I'm just happy for my people. That's all.
Battleground Podcast did an interview with Matt Hardy today, so make sure you check that out. And we live in the building. We're gonna go ahead and get started so we can get to our predictions. Okay, we had a match with Chris Bay, Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, of course, picking up the victory with this one. He didn't know his opponent until the end of the night, but it seems like he's taking on Chris Bay and he's, done with him. Now he's taking on a rascal. So we'll get to that a little later. We had a one-on-one match. Lish is trying to prove herself to the system, and Masha with the champions, Danny Luna and Jody Thread, but Danny Luna folded her ass. And wait,
No, Lish got the victory.
no, Lish got the victory. I'm sorry.
She was now. Danny was folding her ass in this match. No lie. If she didn't get the help of Masha, I think that Lish probably would have lost.
Yeah. We also saw a one-on-one between Josh and Hammerstone. This was so chaotic. Tables, just all kind of shit. We also saw Trent, Speedball, and Matt Hardy together ahead of their match this week. And then we heard from Joe Hendry, who I want to know how to get AJ Francis fired too. So I'm excited because Bun B not gonna save you. This is giving Elias very much, but we move on. We hear from the system, and it looks like Moose is not impressed by Matt Hardy. He's ready to showcase the continued dominance that the system has, including Lish too. Number one contender was decided. Trey Miguel loses to Ace Austin. Are you happy?
Are you happy?
No.
I don't.
Chris
I'm
Bay
not really
couldn't,
about to say, huh?
Chris Bay couldn't get the job done, so
Well, I mean, he wasn't. It wasn't for a no more contendership opportunity. You
no.
know, I mean, yeah, he could have had a victory over the champion, but he wouldn't have won the championship. You know, he would just say he has a victory over a champion.
There it is. We hear from the legendary Eric Young and Josh, and I wish Scott was here because this is just
Team Canada all over.
yeah, this is just crazy. And then in our main event, Jordan Grace, Miyu Namashita, right?
From what they were saying, Because I guess I've been saying it wrong too. It's supposed to be Miyu Yamashita or Yamasha, something like that. It's like a Yamasha. It's what they were saying on commentary.
Okay.
So I thought it was Yamashita because I've heard it say it as Yamashita. Now they're saying it totally different.
Well,
Here,
she lost. So there's that.
but she used badly. I'll say that.
No, she gave Jordan a run for her money. And then at the end, Steph Delanda came out, kicked her in the face. PCO came out. Khan was already out there. It was a whole debacle. Um, Alan Angels and Leon Slater will fight after Under Siege. So I don't know why that match was given, but and there'll also be Champions Challenge 6-person tag. So all the current TNA champions will team up to face a collection of TNA stars. So we'll probably see Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, some fucking legends. We also get Tasha Steelz and Allie Catch.
Was happy
I
about
don't know
that.
why the fuck Allie Catch can't show up to PW Revolver, but hey, bitch, call me. Fuck. And then we got, of course, this rematch. I don't know what Ash is gonna do. They showed her as well. Jordan didn't pay her ass no mind. No mind at all. And then here we go again. She will be live. I'm sure she's gonna get an opponent.
Wait, I wanted to show y'all the graphics for when they see.
I'm gonna let you take over because I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to switch over a bit for what I did for Under Siege. I hope y'all like what I did here. I did this just for you, Joseph. I did this just for you because you did say that you wanted to know what the graphics were going to look like. And I had no idea exactly what I wanted Under Siege to look like. I had no plans to do any graphics for Under Siege, especially for predictions. But because you brought it to my attention and you were looking forward to it, I did this for you, Joseph. So other people that were here would say they love. Thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so while Nikki is on where she's going, let's get back into or let's get started within the predictions for Under Siege. Okay, so Ash by Elegance will be in attendance. Now, what she's going to be doing, have absolutely no idea what they have planned for her. But she's going to be in attendance, I guess, watching and, so on and so forth. We also have for the countdown to Siege, we have the FBI in action. Don't know who they're going to be facing, but I'm sure it's going to be somebody spectacular. TNA normally, when it comes to their pay-per-views, they tend to do a great job with bringing us a little bit of surprises that people are not, aware of or expecting or anything like that. So, you know how they do. So, let them have a 6-man tag match. I don't think there's an issue with that. But first, we have to get into Josh Alexander and Eric Young versus Frank Kazarian and Steve Maclin. For me, I believe that Josh Alexander and Eric Young will be the winners of this match. I feel like with Frank Kazarian and Steve Maclin, there's too many egos with these two for me to think that they would actually get along. Okay, so Ash will be taking on Havoc on the Countdown show tomorrow. Okay, so they must have just posted that graphic because they did not have that out for me when I was looking for all of the graphics, which only thing that my issue is with TNA, they can be a little slow when it comes to, providing all of the graphics, exactly what they have planned for any of these shows. So, there's that. So I think that probably Ash is going to win her match against Havoc for Countdown to Under Siege. And when Nikki goes back, she can give who she believes is going to win on her end. And then we have the System versus Matt Hardy and Speedball Mountain. I feel like because, and I don't want to say because Matt Hardy is here, that they would get the victory over the System. But when the champions are kind of involved in non-championship matches, sometimes the champions do take that pin, or just not take the pin, but they end up taking a loss. Either way, one of these champions could possibly take the loss within this match here. But I feel like Matt and Speedball Mountain are going to get the victory.
I think Ash is gonna lose.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be her gimmick.
To lose.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then she's finally gonna beat Jordan.
I mean, she was there watching the match, so things only happening. Okay, so Josh Alexander, Eric Young, Frank Kazan, Steve Macklin.
I'm going Frankie.
Okay. And then we have, don't have the updated graph for this here, but we do know that Ace Austin did defeat Trey Miguel on tonight's show to go ahead and take on Mustafa Ali for Under Siege on tomorrow. I feel like Mustafa Ali is going to take this victory, even though it's going to be a really, really great match between these two, which I'm definitely looking forward to. But I do think that Ace Austin is going to, I feel like Mustafa Ali has been on this crazy run as champion. He's been undefeated in all of his matches, too, whether it's championship or non-championship involved. But I feel like Mustafa Ali is going to be that victory.
I think Mustafa Ali will win.
Now, if Ace wins, that's a shocker for me because there's been a moments where I think when Ace won once before, I was not expecting it at all. So if he does, then it'll be a shocker. But I don't know. I doubt it. Hammerstone versus Jake Something. These are two massive men in this ring. I feel like Jake Something may get the victory. But either way, I don't care about either one of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Jake Something.
Okay. And then we get into the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Spitfire versus Lish and Masha. I feel like because Masha and Lish have formed this new tag together, and then if the system is trying to gather all of the titles in TNA, then this would be the right choice to probably put those titles on Lish and Masha. But the downside of it is, can Masha really be trusted? Is a real thing. Because Masha could cost them these titles,
Yeah.
But I feel like they would win. But I do feel like she could cost them those titles.
I think it could happen. But I think it will be like a surprise.
Yeah. So you're going with Lish and Masha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joseph said he thinks that Spitfire is going to retain. Okay, then we get into PCO and Jordan Grace versus Steph DeLeonard and Khan. I feel like PCO and Jordan Grace is going to win. Get my granddaddy away from that man.
Yeah, she has to win, though.
She has to. Like, we're done with this. But I feel like if Steph DeLeonard and Khan does win, then they're probably going to try to run it back with Steph DeLeonard and Jordan Grace again.
Yeah.
For a title match. Now, does she win this second go round? I don't think so. But who's to say? What could possibly also? I think on Under Siege, I think they did mention this. Kushida is going to be facing Jonathan Gresham. They did let that be known as well, which I haven't seen Kushida in a long time, but I guess because of the Troll Machine Gun Kelly's not here anymore, they're going to figure out what they're going to do with him. I tell you that much. But there's no grabbing for that. But I feel like not Josh, but Jonathan Gresham's gonna win. This is his first return back to the ring. This is kind of giving us this part 3 series of what he's trying to get back to who he is, or figuring out who he is and everything. So I feel like definitely Jonathan Gresham is going to beat Kushida.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much with all the predictions wise. You can get your meet and greets on, because we do like to let you know who's going to be on the meet and greet. So tomorrow, post show meet and greets, because they didn't have any pre-show meet and greets. So for post show meet and greets for tomorrow, you get to meet Mustafa Ali, Jordan Grace, and Matt Hardy. And then on Saturday, you get to meet Matt Hardy again. If you don't meet him for Under Siege, now you get to meet him after the tapings. You get to meet Sami Callihan and Ash by Elegance. So you get to meet Matt Hardy twice, per se. So I hope you guys go out there, have a great time, enjoy yourself. Hopefully TNA decides that they want to come back a little bit closer to people. But at this time, it seems like they're not going to be coming near us anytime soon. So they're going to be going into like the North Midwest area and everything like that. Maybe towards the latter part of the year, they may come back near to where we are. But I doubt it. So, but TNA the night before Under Siege was actually really good. I enjoyed it. For the most part, excited to continue to see what this journey of TNA is going to be like. Under Siege is going to be a great show. TNA doesn't seem to really disappoint with their pay-per-views, because you just really just never know what to expect.
Always good wrestling.
Absolutely. You're definitely going to always get that. If you don't get anything else, you're going to get good wrestling for TNA. So, but other than that, we thank you guys for so much for coming in to hanging out with us for a little bit of talking about TNA tonight's show, and also giving you our predictions for Under Siege. Continue to follow Battleground Podcast as always as well. Definitely go ahead and check out that interview, like Nikki said, that they did with Matt Hardy, and see why he chose to come back to TNA and everything, and see where this lands for him too, since he is currently a free agent. And where this may go for him being back in TNA. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms at The Shakers Den. And we'll be back on Monday for Raw versus SmackDown. We got to talk about the drafts that happened on Monday Night Raw. And also, because this weekend is Backlash in France, we'll discuss that as well on Monday. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. This has been the greatest TNA Impact post show, featuring Under Siege predictions in the world, in the den, where it is invite only.
Bye.